I promised you free education yung tertiary. Nandyan na, dineliver ko na. I promise you health care. Nandyan na yung health care. Pag wala kang pera sa ospital, may table dyan, hindi ka na mamasahe, ay sabi ko, dyan na mismo. Basta sa Davao, dyan sa Davao nag-umpisa yan. Utang ng gobyerno yon. Nandyan na yan. Dineliver ko na. Infrastructure, kayo na lang ang, I leave it to you to judge. Whether, yun lang ang mga pinako mo. Pangako mo, brother. Pinako, iba yun. Actually, those are the only issues that ginawa ko yan para sa taong bayan, para sa Pilipinas. Ngayon, doon, ito galing sa impyerno na to. Aywan ko kung bakit bumalik sa lupa, pero siguro may purpose ang Diyos na bumalik sa dito para tulungan ang kapwa-tao. Galing sa impyerno at nabuhay na ngayon si Ray Langit. Ray, matanong kita, anong sitwasyon doon sa langit? Sa bagay, karamihan dito sa atin, siguro kung talagang padaanin mo sa gusto, mabutit na lang may 10 dito na talagang mapunta sa langit. Lahat kayo dito, marami kayong kasalanan. Kung anong pinagawa ninyo sa buhay ninyo, impyerno kayo. Magkita-kita tayo doon.
The Newsday continues here on One News Now. I'm Charles Lejano. President Rodrigo Duterte expressed his support for the senatorial bets and guest candidates of PDP Laban. During the PDP Laban campaign rally in Cainta, Rizal, Duterte showed up to support his party and to once again defend his war on drugs. Duterte renewed his defiance against the International Criminal Court and human rights advocates calling him out for the bloody drug war.
Ako, talagang sinasabi ko. Ngayon may kaso daw ako sa International
Para
Court of Justice.
Para tayo nasa palengke, guys.
Human rights. Si Putin, binubomba yung...
Yung makapag-isip.
Ako anong kasalanan ko? Pinapatay ko, kriminal. Si Putin, babae, lalaki, bata, pulpog, flattened. Inaakusa rin ng human rights. So baka isa kaming silda lang pagdating ng panahon. Okay lang. Okay lang, basta gusto ko yung gawa ko. Alam mo, ito totoo. Ano man makuha ko? Kindly tell me. May pera akong makuha dyan. Yan? Anong makuha ko? Satisfaction? Why? Do you think it's really easy to kill a human being?
Political analysts have mixed views on the recent endorsement of Iglesia ni Cristo to the Marcos Duterte tandem. For Strat-based President Dindo Manhit, the endorsement of INC will help solidify the support for the unity. However, Manhit emphasized that this does not guarantee a sure win for the frontrunners.
Nakakatulong sila, nakakadagdag ng suporta, posibleng ito ay para dagdagan ng momentum ang tambalang unity na Marcos at Sara Duterte.
Meanwhile, Professor Edmund Dayo believes that the endorsement of the religious group is not a significant factor in determining the victory of a presidential candidate.
I'm not inclined to think that INC support is the most significant factor in defining the win of a candidate. Kasi hindi naman majority ng 65 million voters ang INC members. Kahit pa Catholic voters, hindi mo din masasabi yan. In other words, black voting is something that will help only in the last stretch because it will only add on to your numbers that you already have.
We'll be back with more stories after a quick break. Keep it here on One News. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Charles Lejano. COMELEC Commissioner George Garcia says people can wear any shirt color on Election Day. This as netizens speculate whether sporting a specific color on May 9 will be construed as unlawful campaigning. In an interview with the Chiefs, Garcia laid down what exactly is considered prohibited campaigning on Election Day.
Para po sa kaalaman ng lahat ng mga kababayan natin, wala po kaming pakialam sa kulay ng damit na susuotin nyo. We do not care about whether that color signifies something or it's about a candidate. We do not care. So long as pakiusap po natin. Huwag naman po yung t-shirt na may mga picture o mukha ng mga kandidato. That's campaigning. Bawal na po ang
pangalan.
Let's find out where the presidential candidates are headed today. Both Manila Mayor Isko Moreno and Senator Manny Pacquiao will be in Cebu. Pacquiao will be holding a media briefing in Cebu at noon, while Moreno will be starting his day with a town hall meeting at around 3 p.m. in Mambaling, Cebu City. The Lacson Soto tandem will be visiting parts of Negros Island today, and their first stop will be in Dumaguete City, where they'll meet with workers, local officials, and multi-sectoral groups. Then they will hold another town hall meeting at Bae City, And by 3 p.m., Senators Lacson and Soto will be campaigning around Bacolod. On the other hand, Vice President Leni Robredo will be in Cagayan de Oro for another sortie. And lastly, Calyode de Guzman will be holding his meeting de avance from 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. later at Quezon City Circle. Different teams, same votes. Some big names in Philippine sports banded together to back the campaign of Vice President Leni Robredo and her running mate, Senator Kiko Pangilinan. These athletes believe that everything, even sports, is political. Marty Bautista with the story.
The most notable faces of Philippine volleyball made their attendance on Monday night at the Atleta sa Araneta event in support of presidential candidate Leni Robredo and vice presidential candidate Kiko Pangilinan. Volleyball queens such as Bea De Leon, Dina Wong, Carmela Tunay, and even Eliza Valdez joined forces to campaign in the color pink. The presidential bet's daughter, Trisha Robredo, also made her attendance. Even the NLEX Road Warriors head coach Yang Giao was present in the event. Many supporters donned the signature pink color through their face masks, t-shirts, and posters. News 5 had the opportunity to speak to some of the athletes who told us the importance of being there.
I think it's important to show to everyone na pag may boses ka, magsalita ka. Kasi hindi porket volleyball player ka, hindi ka na pwede makisawsaw sa politics. Kasi there was an interview we had a while ago and then Bea said na everything is political. So like kahit sa volleyball or sa lineup or whatever you go in, may politics yan involved.
Philippine women's volleyball team players Kat Tolentino and Eliza Valdez also echoed the importance of using their platforms for the movement.
Well, for me, I know that my platform as an athlete is very prominent, especially here in the Philippines, and especially being in women's volleyball. We all have a platform, and I think that as athletes, we should use it to advocate for change.
I think before being an athlete, we're all citizens of this country, and we have to really know what's our worth also, and kailangan nating ipaglaban kung ano ang karapatan and rights natin. So, kailangan nating gamitin ang ating boses para sa pag-asa sa kinabukasan ng nating lahat. So, I guess before an athlete, we're all citizens first.
For the athletes, now is the time to talk about politics, especially with many critics saying that politics should never mix with sports.
Everything is political. I hope that come election day, you vote for what you think is right and according to your own conscience. This is for our collective future, especially sa mga ka-generation ko dyan.
For News 5, Marty Bautista, We Are One News.
And those are the top stories at this hour. Join us later at 2 p.m. as we continue to monitor the day's biggest stories. You can also catch One News on the Signal Play app. Register for a free account at www.signalplay.com so you can stream One News live anytime and anywhere. I'm Charles Lejano. Mask on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. We are One News.